Hi, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
This is...
Third attempt at this, shitload of dimes.
Yeah, camera guy keeps shit in the bed. So we've had to, redo this for the third time. So,
But hopefully this one will be perfect.
this is going to be a little bit shorter, just because his camera's going to fuck up again.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm having fun here with my best friend, kind of talking about a movie that we both really enjoyed a lot.
We did really enjoy a lot. Black Panther, the latest from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
The first of 3 Marvel movies that we're getting this year. Let that soak in for a second.
Yeah.
The first of 3 MCU movies we're getting this year. It's Black Panther. Then in May we have Avengers Infinity War, assuming Part 1. And then in July we're getting Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, yeah. God, there's nothing around Christmas time? Or this
doesn't sound like it this year. It sounds like
actually, that's going to be a really slow Christmas.
It really is. There's not any Star Wars. There's no
Marvel.
There's no Marvel. That's
fuck. What are we going to do?
Harry Potter. We're going to get Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them Too.
Oh, too.
All right, let's get to the movie review because we both really enjoyed this movie, even though we both have a little bit of
Yeah,
overhyped.
Easy way, absolutely. We both think
say.
it's a great movie. We think it's a perfect movie.
It's a perfect Marvel Cinematic Universe origin story.
Absolutely. But we just felt that for the amount of hype that it's received, that the story was a little bit simpler than it probably could be for the amount of hype that it's received.
Absolutely.
For the amount of hype that it's received, I felt that the story should have had a few more layers to it. That's it. That's my only thing that I have to say about it. Literally, I love the actors a lot.
I loved the story.
I was so attracted to just watching everything that everybody did on screen at all times. I think every casting choice, every actor was phenomenal. I think this is the best we've seen Michael B. Jordan.
Hands down. I realize I am wearing a Loki shirt on the screen. It's also my wife's Loki shirt, which is even funnier. But Michael B. Jordan, Eric Killmonger might be the best Marvel Cinematic villain we've ever had.
Yeah, with all of the right motivations to be the right villain.
Whereas Zemo seemed a little bit, convoluted in his plan. You didn't really necessarily feel for him the way you do Michael B. Jordan. And I believe that all that is set up in the beginning. As in most Marvel movies, we have an opening that sometimes doesn't have anything to do with the movie at the time you think.
Right. That's the thing. That's a difference, though. Is Zemo, they didn't really show anything to give you the sympathy towards him as a character.
You just expected that you had seen Age of Ultron and that you knew what had happened in Sokovia.
Right. Absolutely.
And it was a given. This, it sets it up. It's a little bit of mystery as to what exactly happened, but you can totally see the motivation, and it's very obvious from the very beginning of the movie, watching the trailers, that young kid on the basketball court is Michael B. Jordan at a younger age. What? A little bit of spoilers. But no, it's the movie is great. The acting is fantastic. The cast from top to bottom is really good. The young lady who plays T'Challa's sister she steals every scene in the movie. Yeah, she's very cute.
She's like cute.
Yeah, very cute.
We both said that there's like a James Bond thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously with that, and there's also a Lion King thing.
I picked up on the Lion King, and not just because it takes place in Africa, but because there's a scene and we've talked about this in the other 2 reviews. There's a scene where T'Challa gets his power, which was great because they also kind of explained where the power of the Black Panther comes from, that it comes from the vibranium, that they're the only place in the world has. And when you receive it, you go into a coma state and you go to the astral plane and you see your ancestors. And it felt very much like Simba seeing Mufasa and Mufasa explaining to him what it means to be a king and the decisions you have to make to be a king and what kind of king are you going to be. And then that's echoed later in the movie when Michael B. Jordan does the same thing and meets his father, played by a brilliant, non-crying Sterling K. Brown.
And it takes place... No, he cried.
Oh, damn it, he did.
It takes
Fuck
place,
you, This Is Us.
In the apartment where his father is.
Mm-hmm. Which was great.
And you see out the windows, basically, that, it was cool. It was like a Disney Infinity kind of a thing.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of great moments. Beautifully, Ryan Coogler, the director, deserves a lot of credit. I mean, he made 2 great movies, Fruitvale Station and Creed, and Marvel felt confident to give him $200 million, which you told me today, and I didn't realize He was the first African American director to ever get $200 million to make a movie, and boy, did he make a great. It is visually beautiful. You watch this movie, and you find it hard to believe that 90% of it was shot in Georgia.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like it was Africa the entire time that they were there, and just the way Wakanda was put on film is the way it was in the comics, and it was great. And I judge Marvel movies now by, and actually I'm just going to say all superhero movies, I judge them by my son's reaction. Watching my 6, almost 7-year-old watch this movie, when we got out and we came home, and him and his brother were playing in the pool, and Ben was like, "No, I'm Black Panther," and then he got down and jumped in the pool like Black Panther jumping. So he loved it. This was his favorite Marvel Cinematic movie. He loves the Black Panther.
Absolutely.
And that was what was great about it, is that it is truly an inspiring story.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, culturally, it's super important.
It's a landmark.
It's an opportunity, honestly, that should have been given a long time ago. A long time ago. And, I think that hopefully a movie like this, it wasn't earned by any means. It was worked for a long time. And I can only wait to see what kind of cool things happen. I would go so far as to say I wouldn't mind Coogler doing a James Bond movie.
I agree completely.
With Idris Elba.
I was going to say Michael B. Jordan, but either way would be fine with me.
It would be cool to kind of start seeing some different things. And, I like that the world is starting to open up a little bit more. And I hope, honestly, that my kids can grow up looking at people of any color and enjoy them and see them as heroes. And I think Black Panther was a really big step in the right direction.
What I'm really hoping happens, and it happens in the right way, is the Wonder Woman effect. Not to compare it to Wonder Woman, but in the same vein. Whereas the MCU sees how much of a positive reaction that Black Panther got in Civil War, and he's getting in this, and that expands his role more. And I honestly think it already is, because if you look at a lot of the marketing for Infinity War, half of the trailer takes place in New York, but the other half takes place in Wakanda. So that means that there's definitely a ripple effect going through, saying, "Hey, we're onto something here," and it's about all of this together. Maybe this finally means we get our Black Widow movie that you and I have been talking about, how we've wanted that for a long time, and it opens the door for other characters in the MCU.
And I will say this, and I think that it's going to happen just because I don't think Feige will screw it up, is when you watch the Wonder Woman movie and then you watch Justice League and you see such a very different way that the Amazons are portrayed from one movie to the other, is like, how could you let something as big as that franchise be completely different like that? And I think that the reason that Marvel for all these years has worked the way that it has is because it's been seamlessly binded together. So I feel like the Wakanda that we got from Black Panther is the same Wakanda that we will always get.
Yeah, you're right. There's not going to be a change. Yeah, there's not going to be a change. It's just going to be the way things are, and it's fantastic. I'm excited that the 14-year-old in me who never thought that we'd ever get this, and I think I said this when we talked about Doctor Strange, I never thought we'd see these things, and we're seeing people, and the way that they've made it to where it's the thing that the MCU has done so well. Besides diversifying the way their films are, like we had talked about Ant-Man being a heist film and Captain America Winter Soldier being a political thriller, what they've done is getting everything together. By the way, Matt's telling me I need to wrap it up, or he's trying to pull out his penis. Either way, it's fine. So let's just say, I just really love the direction they're going in, and they just need to keep making really good movies with their humor and their fun. With that said, Black Panther is a 9.5.
Mine 9.5 as well.
9.5.
9.5. Wow. And you know what? Chris doesn't want me to have the same rating as him because he wants us to argue.
I don't want to argue on this one because I think we agree. It's not my favorite Marvel movie. It's not awesome. Winter Soldier, but it is awesome. It is worth your money. It is worth your time. Take your kids to see it. I can't wait to go see it again. I want to take Emily to go see it. I just think it's good times.
Buy the toys too.
Oh, and I've already bought some toys. I already had to buy a Black Panther toy.
Good.
Yeah. And I'm
You
okay
booked
with
the
it.
Black Panther.
We did, yeah. Tom's got it
Absolutely.
outside.
Good.
So 9.5, 9.5. Go see the movie. Go see it next weekend. What are you doing watching us? Go to the movie theater.
Yeah. All right.
Good night, everybody.
See ya. Bye. Wow. Could you make that any more awkward?
That was awesome.